Hi friends, welcome to day 4 of our beginner gentle yoga series. We're going to operate much in the same way that we have been. However, the second half of this class is all going to be laying down reclined on the floor. If laying on the floor is no good for you, then you may want to have something you can sit and lean against. I'll give you a couple of options to do the poses seated as well. And you'll want something like a strap towel or t-shirt today. Doesn't have to be actually a yoga strap. If you don't have that, we'll make whatever you have available work. Come to a nice comfortable position, whatever that looks like for you. We'll start with our meditation and our breathing. You're sitting flat on the floor, maybe sitting on a prop. You can lean against something. You can even lie down if you prefer. Taking a moment to mark this period of time as something different from the rest of your day. You're now here on your mat. We're hanging out together, and it's something that's different. Sometimes it's very easy to get into that mindset of, okay, here we are now. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. So if you're feeling maybe a little distracted, you can take some time to look around your room and really note what each of the items are that you're seeing. So I see a little glass art piece on my wall. I see a whiteboard. I see the door. Just looking around, slowly letting your focus get smaller and smaller until maybe you're ready to soften the gaze or close the eyes. Let's take 2 big cycles of breath together. Inhaling. Big sigh out. Inhale. Let's flutter the lips. Wonderful. Taking these first few moments here to let yourself become still in air quotes, knowing that you can wiggle, you can move, the vibe of still. Letting your mind start to wander around, being aware of how you're showing up today. Maybe it's the same. Maybe you've had 4 exactly the same days in a row, and you're noticing that. Maybe it's different. And if it's different, how? Just being curious about it. If it's too inward at this point for you, you can keep the same idea externally. So thinking about how the air feels on your skin, how your clothes feel touching your skin, what the ground, the mat, the support beneath you feels like. When you're ready, always optional, but if you'd like, turning your focus now to your breath. As you inhale, you assign the number 1. Exhale, assign number 2. Inhale 3, all the way up to 10. When you reach 10, starting over again at 1. Completely normal. If you get distracted once, twice, 100 times, if you do, just wander your way back to your breath. If you'd like, take a moment to set an intention for your practice, a small goal. I don't think that I love the word goal. Maybe a hope or a focus for your practice. When you're ready, gently fluttering the eyes open. We're going to move. Let's switch it up today though. We're going to start by working on the neck. So arms are relaxed, doesn't matter. This one you do want to be upright in some way. You can do it lying down if you like, but you're going to mess up your hair. Just a warning. So readjust your posture. I like a little shimmy. I feel like helps me reset my spine. We'll take an inhale here. As you exhale, let one ear simply fall over towards one shoulder. When you inhale, go back to center. And then whenever your next exhale happens, you're coming off to the other side. And we'll work back and forth here a few times. Going nice and easy, nice and slow, especially if it's morning time for you. It's not here for me as I record this, but I feel I have not worked on my neck at all today, so I'm feeling a little stiff, a little tight, so I'm gonna make my movements small compared to what I know usually my body can do, because I'm not there yet. Good. When you finish this second side, let's change it a little bit. We're going to look over each shoulder. So inhaling here at center. Exhale, look over one shoulder. Inhaling, coming back to center. Switching sides, moving at your own pace, which is maybe a different pace than mine. Maybe you're faster, slower. Both of those are fine. Maybe you don't want to do breath and movement because, lady, this is day 4 of doing yoga. Can you just let me live? So if you don't want to link the breath and movement, you do not have to. Good. Make sure you're finishing both sides here before you come back to center. Wonderful. Let's take, you see me change my legs all the time. When we change moves, I don't know why. It's not necessary. I don't know why I do it. I just feel like, I don't know, it just feels right for me. Let's work on our wrist. Very gentle fists, softness in the elbow. Draw circles in one direction and the other direction. Good. I don't know that you can hear that, but my right wrist cracks often. Relatively normal. Fingers towards the shoulders. If they don't actually touch the shoulders, that's fine. Inhale, open your arms up to the side. Maybe you do a little cat-cow like we did the other day, poofing the chest forward. Exhale, bringing the elbows towards each other, maybe a little curve in the spine. Working yourself back and forth here. Inhale here. Exhale, curl in. Option 2, just breathe. Breathe however it happens. Move. And a reminder, this pose in your body may look totally different because your body probably looks totally different than mine. So that's okay. Just vaguely opening and closing the arms is good. Good. Arms up like a cactus or like goalposts, depending on which kind of person you are. I'm a cactus person, obviously. So up here, take the fingers down towards the floor and back up. You're inhaling up, exhaling down if you'd like. Again, arms, shoulders, joints are really, really different. But depending on the life you've lived, the injuries you've had, the occupations you've had, maybe your range of motion is here. That's okay. I don't care. Does it feel okay? Does it hurt? Stop. If it hurts, you're doing it wrong. If it doesn't hurt, you're doing it right. And I don't really care. Everything in between. Beautiful. Release that. We're going to lay on our backs. Maybe bring a strap with you. Maybe. Now, if you're seated, you're pulling one knee in. You're just going to hug it in towards your tummy. If you're laying on your back, pull one knee into your chest. You're going to grab onto the shin, onto the back of the leg, onto your pant leg, or, well, I didn't bring my strap with me, but hooked around your shin and holding it there. Your opposite leg, the foot is either flat on the floor or the leg stretched long. It doesn't really matter. It'll give you probably a different sensation either way, so maybe try both. See what you like best. And in terms of where you're angling this leg, sort of kind of towards the armpit, depending on the shape of your body and how much body fat you have. Thigh may be touching belly, that's okay. If it's uncomfortable, you can physically grab and pull your belly out to the side, sort of reset your knee. You may need to also pull the thigh out of the way to create space for yourself. But it is not wrong if the thigh is pushing into the belly. Good, now we're gonna take this leg straight up to the ceiling. I put my opposite foot flat on the floor there. I feel like it gives me more room to stretch this leg up. Same idea, grabbing somewhere on the leg, holding on to the pants, or you've taken a strap towel or t-shirt around the sole of the foot and you're holding onto that. The only thing you really need to watch out for here is that you're not hyperextending the knee. If you're seated, you're doing exactly this shape. Probably this leg is bent off to the side, and then maybe either leaning forward if you have that range of motion there to get a little stretch in the back of the leg, or reclining with the leg straight. Beautiful, very slow and controlled. Take that foot down to the floor. We'll pull the opposite knee in, grabbing your strap towel or t-shirt if you want it, and then adjusting the squishy parts of the body. So does squishy stuff need to move and get pulled out of the way? Leg bent or straight, doesn't really matter. Finding a moment to get curious as we settle in each of these poses. Some poses you have more time to be curious than others. As you do it, the more you do it, it'll become much faster, it'll become much easier, it'll become second nature. Go ahead, take that foot up towards the ceiling when you're ready. Strap or no strap, grabbing onto the leg, the pants. Only thing you need to watch out for, it's highly unlikely here, but watch out for a hyperextension in the knee. We don't want that. Getting curious, noticing if you need to experiment with any adjustments. Nice and easy. Take that foot down to the floor. We're going to do a hip stretch here, and range of motion in the hips is very different. So I'm going to talk for a very long time explaining how to find the right sensation here. When you find it, stop listening if you want and just settle where you are. So let me explain it to you laying down first. Both feet flat on the floor with the knees bent. We're going to take our pick up the right leg. Take your right shin and place it near your left knee. So I have the center of my right shin is maybe 2 inches down from my left knee. I'm going to take my right hand and push open my right hip. Some people are going to stop here. Sometimes this is enough. If you need a little bit more, you can put a block pillow or something underneath your left foot. If you want even more, bring your whole lower half towards you, and then you're gonna hold on to the left leg, either the left thigh, the left shin. You can even take your strap here. So you'll take one end of the strap through the little hole you've created with your right leg around the shin, and you hold that there. And the shape is very similar if you're seated. So you get into it basically the same way. Leg crosses over. If you feel good here, great. If you want more sensation, bring everything closer to you. If you're seated, mindful of the elbows, please. So finding enough sensation. Hips are kind of funky for most people. I'll speak strictly for myself. I find that the sensation that I get in my hips is always more intense than other parts of my body. And that's okay, but it's pretty normal. So hips, you don't accidentally stretch your hips throughout the day. So if this feels a little more intense, ask yourself, does it still feel safe? Is there anything sharp or like really awful? It's usually an indicator that you should do less here. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit complicated, but hang with me. Keep everything as it is, but put your left foot on the floor if it's not there already. Pick up your hips and scooch them 3 inches to the right. Bring your foot with you. Now, let your legs go to the left. Leave your upper half. Legs go to the left. And now you're in a twist. Probably you have to adjust your lower half. So untangle your legs. If you'd like to untangle your legs, you can put a pillow underneath your knees if you want a little bit of support. If you want less sensation, straighten your legs more. If you want more sensation, bring your knees closer to your chest. Hands are wherever is comfortable. You can take a hand on top of your top leg. That kind of helps keep everything weighted over to the side. You can take arms up like cactuses, arms up overhead. Doesn't matter. And take 2 more cycles of breath here. Nice and easy. Work yourself back to center. I'm gonna untwist my legs first. Bring my hips back to center, and then we're gonna do the hip stretch on the other side. Right foot flat on the floor with the knee bent. Left, center of the left shin is, and this is just for my body, I'm very short, so if you're a tall person, adjust accordingly. My left shin, the center of it is about, 2 inches down from my right knee, or up, rather, up my thigh, down towards the floor. You know what I'm saying. Left hand, open that left knee up. If that feels like enough sensation, stay there. If you want more, bring your lower half towards you. Either grab onto the body, grab onto the pants, grab a strap. Finding the appropriate amount of sensation here. I will note sometimes interlocking your fingers to hold onto a body part in any pose, but we'll use this pose as an example. It can be kind of uncomfortable, and if that's the case, so the way that I fix it for myself in this pose, I have just my fingertips touching, and I squish them with my calf. So it keeps them together so I don't really have to work in my arms here. If that doesn't work for me, if that doesn't work for you, an alternate option is to grab a strap. Even if you can physically reach your legs, sometimes it just saves your fingers. It saves your grip from having to pull. So we'll take 2 more cycles of breath here. We'll do our twist on the other side, and then we'll be done. Good. Let's take the right foot flat on the floor. Pick your hips up, scooch them to the left a little bit. Let your knees fall to the right. You've come into your twist. Untwisting, untangling the legs if you'd like. Legs a little more straight for less sensation. Legs closer to the chest for more sensation. And then arms wherever you'd like. Your left shoulder may have pulled off the floor a bit. That's totally and completely acceptable. Of course, being mindful of anything sharp. Sharp sensation is not always, but usually a red flag. You should always check in, just see what a sharp sensation. Okay, what does this mean? Wonderful. Working yourself back to center and deciding where you'd like to do your meditation for the end of practice today. If you're lying down, an option for you, you can keep your feet flat on the ground, feet as wide as the mat so your knees can come together. You can lay here with legs stretched long, or you could come up to seated. Maybe softening the gaze or closing the eyes. This will be super quick today. Go ahead and let your mind wander around, see what you notice. Anything, nothing. Sensation, lack of sensation. Internal or external. Maybe just noticing sounds around you. Maybe your curiosity is far away from yourself. That's okay. Encourage it to come a little more inward, but not all meditations will go how you want, unfortunately. A moment of gratitude for yourself. Letting your senses now start to open outwards. Maybe bring a little movement into the body, especially if you're laying down. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. Option to roll off to one side before you come up to seated. Thank you again for joining me. We have one more day tomorrow. I'm so excited, and I am so proud of you for sticking with it. Even if you didn't do 4 in a row, here you are. You have completed class. Congratulations. I hope you feel great. I do. I feel great hanging out with you. So my name is Ariel. I will see you tomorrow for day 5.